Okay, this is a demonstration of my so-called turbo voicer. We've got 50 grit belt sander on one side, 600 wet dry sandpaper on the other side for fine filing. I've got a narrow strip of 220 along the edge, and we got a number 2 voicing needle from Pianoforte Supply for plucking strings and for needling if we need to. So this is pretty aggressive stuff. So I'm just going to demonstrate how I can just quickly remove some material. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some filing here, because actually what I've really been liking is doing the filing and then chasing it with the hammer iron instead of using the fine stuff. The fine stuff I'll use if I have a note that seems a little dull and I really want to bring up the tone. This seems to be working pretty good to kind of come up this side and then come back around the other side. I'm finding I get really nice results from going from really coarse directly to the iron to lay those fibers back down. It just, it's a rounder tone. But if you want to get some real brightness in there, you probably want to go to a finer grit. We'll just go right to the edge of the screen here. So again, this is a little bit of in the quick and dirty category, but it really makes a difference. This piano just was a little muted sounding. It's that combination of muted and a little tinny at the same time. It's just not a good sound. It's not speaking clearly. Okay, now that's pretty good. You know, I'm a real believer it doesn't hurt to just feel things. I'm just gonna do a little here touch up on this section. You know, you want to kind of look and see that your strike point is basically level. I'm just going to brush the fuzz off a little bit. Actually, this hammer needs to come over a little bit. See if my lighter is going to work here. I was having a little trouble with it earlier. There we go. Straighten this one out. That's better. Maybe just a hair more. Ah, I love the smell of burning hammer filings. Smells like victory. So, now look at the iron. And you'll see the effect of the iron is going to be, it's going to make them look almost like I went over it with some very fine paper. And boy, it'll sure last longer. Those string imprints are not going to develop nearly as quickly. And it's quick. Look at that. Look at that. I'm just going to, it's interesting having the camera up here. I'm getting a different angle than I am from my eyeballs. Maybe I should always do this. Now you don't want the iron too hot, so I have a dimmer switch I put in there just to keep it from scorching the felt, because that doesn't sound good either. Now we're going to check the fit. Now that one is hitting a little more than these two. So that's where the fine side really can come in. I'm just going to Try to take down one side just a little bit better. Now that one, it's the right string. Now I'm going to use the tool to actually lift a little bit. I'm just going to kind of poke this in under the strike point. You can actually see it lift up. And then I'm going to burnish it back in, forcing the hammer into the string and then rubbing it up and down. I think I could do just a little more. I'm going to kind of come in from the side a little bit. But you're actually lifting the felt. Good. Maybe this one can lift. The problem with leveling strings, especially on upright, where the damping is not as efficient as a grand. Now this is a good one. It's touching a little more firmly on that middle string, so I'm going to use the side. I'm going to use my finger as a fence, and we're just going to make a little low spot there. Let's see if I did it in the right spot. Maybe I didn't quite do it. Not quite. Let's see, I'm going to line it up this way. Let's see if that got it. Now the one on the left, or the right, needs to be lifted a little bit. I just want to smooth this out. It's looking a little junky. That's good enough. That left one could come down a little bit. Good. This one's just a tiny bit low. Here's the last one. Right here, we'll go in and lift it. So it's nice that you can immediately go from plucking to needling, and I have not found that the plucking seems to dull the needle enough to make it not useful. So there we go. Turbo voicing with the non-patented public domain tool. Try it. You'll like it.